Crayford trainer KTO Flaherty is one of the young upcoming trainers in the country. And as is so often the case, it all started with family.
My parents owned dogs at Romford. They had dogs with Kim Marlowe. I started parading there when I was about 15 and I fell in love with them.
How did you even get into the parading side of it?
It was just I stayed on at school and obviously was looking for a bit of money, and Kim asked me if I'd fancy parading their dogs at the track, and I went up there at the weekends and whatever, and it went from there.
Do most paraders have ambitions to be a top-class trainer?
No. Funny you should say that, because I remember having a conversation with someone, I must have been about 16 at the time, in the paddock at Romford, and I asked them, Ken Land for Chris Duggan at the time, do you want to be a trainer? And they said no, and I thought, strange. I've always wanted to be a trainer, so...
What was it that made you want to be a trainer?
I don't know, I just fell in love with the dogs, the racing, everything about them. They're just amazing animals.
And you do like all aspects of it, don't you? You like the kennel side of it, but you really enjoy your racing as well.
I love my racing, yeah, and when my staff go to the track, they actually record the races for me, because I hate not seeing my dogs run.
And they come back and show you on their phones or something?
Yeah, they send them to me straight away.
What do you make of greyhound racing as it is? Would you like to see things changed, or do you think we're kind of heading in the right direction?
I think there's a lot of things that do need changing. I like to do my dogs a certain way. Not everybody's the same. That's not to say I'm right, but it's the way I like to do things. And perhaps, you know, there are trainers that shut up early, feed early, dogs out, dogs in, and that's it. But I don't, you know, these dogs are my life, and they should be done properly from start to finish. You only ever get out of anything what you put in, so they deserve more time from everyone.
And as a young person in the sport yourself, do you think that's really important for any other youngsters coming through, that things are done in the right way?
Yeah, that's paramount. The dogs should always come first. Listen, I've made sacrifices in my life. It's worked out in the end for me now, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
What is important? What are the key things that you do that you'd like to see everyone doing?
Just that the dogs are happy, they're kept active, they do different things, they're looked after, they're healthy. It's not hard, and it is difficult when you haven't got staff to do it. But like I've said to you, me and Steve have been out here till 9, 10 o'clock at night recently. It won't always be like that, obviously, but you know, you only get out what you put in.
I know you get dogs checked out regularly, and we've seen you feeding today, and what you feed. I know you've changed since you joined Steve, but you feed well as well.
Yeah, that's very important, and they are athletes, and they're all different. They don't all get the same. They do. It does vary, but you have to treat them as individuals as well, not just a kennel full of dogs.
And what about after racing? Do you see a day where we can potentially find every ex-racer a home?
Every dog deserves a home. They are all different, but I'm sure there is someone for every dog.
Do you think an increase in prize money would improve welfare?
Not necessarily, no. I think it would help certain people, but that's not top of everyone's list, welfare. And if they got more money, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to put it back into the dogs. So, no.
What's been your best moment in the sport so far?
I'd have to say Headford Joe last year, obviously winning the Guys and Dolls at Crayford. And Lizzie's pup's making a track.
And this puppy side of things is something that you really enjoy, isn't it?
I will look to long term. That's where my heart is, I think, with breeding. So.
What is it specifically about breeding that you enjoy?
You know, just everything from the start to the finish. Just to seeing them born, grow up, and make the track. Everything.
And you mentioned the pups you've got here today. First of all, their mummy's pretty special to you. You've got 2 pet dogs. We can't forget Lil as well. But the mum you just have a connection with. So for her to then have a litter of pups, you must kind of have a bigger bond with them than perhaps some of the ones that are brought in.
Yeah, I treat them as my own. They're like my babies. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'm in 2 minds whether to have another litter with her. Obviously, we'll see how these ones turn out. They look good. But I don't know if I could put her through it again.
The litter of pups you have had with her, they look fantastic. You must be like a proud mum almost.
I am, yeah. I'm really proud of them. They look good. They're really keen, and at this moment, I couldn't have asked much more of them, to be honest.
If you're still in the sport, which hopefully you will be in 10, 15, 20 years' time, how would you like things to be?
I think the sport needs a shake-up from top to bottom. I think the governing board they need more power to do more. There's, you know, dogs aren't being looked after the same as they are here. And I'm not saying this is perfect or it's right or whatever, but you know, I see things I don't like, and I think that the stipendiary stewards, the GBGB, should be able to do more to stop it and help people.
And from your personal point of view, you've mentioned that you love pups. Do you see a life ahead of you full of greyhound racing and puppies everywhere?
Yes, definitely. That's the plan.